Yeah,
It's starting right now. Alrighty. This is all going to be edited out, maybe a little bit.
Good.
Alright. Alrighty, welcome to the third installment of the Chokelahoma podcast. I am Charlie Lewis, and my special guest today is Jared Hoag. Am I saying it right? Hoag?
Hoag.
Hoag. Yeah. I've been practicing it all day.
And I'm Victor Gonzalez.
And this is Victor Gonzalez. Victor Gonzalez is a soon-to-be pro MMA fighter, and Jared is a pro jiu-jitsu practitioner. Right there, blue belt. You're going to be fighting at what's your weight again?
175.
175. What are you doing good on that? How's the weight everything?
After last night, I woke up at about 165, so a little on the light side.
A couple cheeseburgers to fix that right up.
Just a couple of double cheeseburgers. My goodness.
I mean, we got Burger King right down the way.
Oh, yeah. For real?
Go get some chicken nuggets for like $1.49.
Might have to do that.
Bro, those chicken nuggets aren't even good there. They're like the fried chicken.
Close your mouth.
Burger King, really. Best chicken nuggets.
That's what I'm saying.
Best chicken nuggets, go.
I don't really eat chicken nuggets, man.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a kid's food.
Oh shit.
Children, Charlie.
Well, let's get back to other important stuff. Because, are you excited for your pro match over at the Submission Hunter Pro?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. So start thinking about it, get all antsy, just ready to get in and actually get in, start up, just go.
Yeah, I understand that. Just going into it and everything, it's got to be an experience. Have you done anything like that before?
No, not on the pro level. Just tournaments.
Tournaments?
Yeah, nothing.
I seen you in a tournament once at the submission only over in Edmond, I do believe. And I remember I saw you I think you tapped out a couple of guys, and they were obviously it's a submission only. I mean, I'm just a white belt over here. I'm still trying to learn it. I'm more of a kickboxer. I understand that, and like the MMA going ins and out of it. But anyway, we'll go from there. Actually, I'm a pretty good white belt, so watch out.
Pancake.
But you did really well, and you had some setups that I wasn't really prepared to really see. That was a big learning day. I learned a lot from watching Victor and watching AJ, but I think since you and me are kind of both tall guys, I was able to learn a lot more from you, in the way you did stuff.
Yeah, I'd say whenever it comes to watching, different practitioners and different, you got to find people that are roughly the same height, same body style, and as far as weight, it doesn't really matter, but a lot of the stuff you have to take and change to, change the jiu-jitsu to how you can do it most effective. Take the concepts that Edgar teaches and change it to your body style to make it work more efficient for you.
Now, is there someone that when you started, that you kind of watched or kind of tried to not emulate, but kind of watched to kind of get a basis?
Yeah, Henry Akins was one of my big mentors to start with. I went to a couple of his seminars and had the privilege of doing some private lessons with him. So I learned a lot just from a very short time that I got to spend with him. But as far as height and body style, there's a whole lot of similarities. So I was able to take and really try to translate what he was teaching to my game, and so that was probably one of the biggest ones early off.
Okay. What got you into starting jiu-jitsu? Was it just something you saw on TV? We talked with Miguel, and Miguel said he saw something just from TV, and it took him a couple months to kind of find a place, and further on from there. Well, what's your story on that?
Um, I was working with, he's a good friend of mine now, but we had just started working together. And he was big time into jiu-jitsu. I call him a 9-year white belt because he's been training. He's been training on and off forever, but he's a real good dude. He started talking to me, and like he was training me at work. Plus, you know, we would talking on and off, and like at the time, I'd gone through a pretty big breakup with a girlfriend, and so I was just trying to find something to keep my mind going, and he took and talked me into actually buying the Gracie DVDs. We took and split it up, and we started training at my house, and we were training every day, and then just one day he took and came up to me and told me, he's like, "Hey man, there's a Gracie Brown belt down in Edmond." I was like, "You should go check it out." I was like, "All right." So I went down to Edmond and started training under Ty Gay at Redline. Trained with him for a while, and I was still training at the house with my buddy Hank, and then probably 3 months after I started down there, he took and was like, "Hey man, there's a purple belt over in Stillwater. You know, you should go check them out." I was, "All right." You know, he's like, his name's Edgar Escalante. He's like, "I'll have to go check them out." So started, you know, coming over here to Stillwater, and I was training 7 days a week, doing classes here in Stillwater, doing classes down in Edmond, doing privates with Ty and doing privates with Edgar. I was trying to just do as much jiu-jitsu as I could. So that's kind of...
Goodness, that's a lot. Like, where are you based out of? Like, I'm guessing, obviously, Edmond to here is like an hour drive, so that's a lot of just driving all around.
Well, at the time I was living in Perry, so it was an hour drive down to Edmond, and then of course it was a 25-minute drive here. But because I started under Ty Gay first, he's actually who I got my blue belt through, and just through time, the drive became, yeah, I mean, it was pretty much just ridiculous because Edgar, just everything that he's teaching is really good, and I didn't have the time to go down and train like I wanted to with Ty, and so just started training here at Edgar's place, and
that's good. Like, I kind of have the same story. Like, you know, I started Muay Thai like after kind of a breakup. Like, I was doing it before, but not to the extent that I was. I was kind of like a two times a week kind of guy, and then after that, I just kind of like zoomed in full bore, and you know, from there on, you know, it kind of just moved me over to jiu-jitsu, which I really like a lot more. It's a whole different experience. Have you done any grappling arts or anything like that before you started this?
No.
No, like wrestling in high school or anything like that?
No, my high school didn't offer wrestling, so...
Oh, goodness. Small town? Or is it just...
it was just a small school. Yeah.
Small school.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is there... do you enjoy MMA? I know some jiu-jitsu guys, are, you know, they look at MMA, they're not really... they like that jiu-jitsu's in it, but at the same time, they rather watch, like, a flow grappling thing.
I do like watching MMA. Just trying to, because with jiu-jitsu, I like the strategies. I like being able to set things up and dictate kind of where I'm going to make a person move. You know, just little things like that. And with MMA, I haven't fully gathered everything as far as, you know, the timing of the punches and how you want to set things up to make it work strategically, but it's it's entertaining to watch, and what I do know about striking and grappling and things like that. I mean, I just try zoning in on how they're setting things up and strategy like that.
Okay. Now, this is more of a question for me because I'm obviously a new white belt to this. Is there any tips for like white belts? Because I watched like 1,000 videos online, just like tips for white belts when you first kind of like get into a gym, and there's just so many like out there, and like some's important, some's not important. What's really important to you if you were to like tell someone this is the lowdown? Like as in like maybe even like a health or like washing your belt or even just kind of like just do classes.
Simple stuff.
Well, the thing about YouTube is Master YouTube doesn't show all the fine details. So sometimes watching YouTube will throw you down the wrong path because you're not able to see everything because you haven't been on the mat long enough to understand like what really makes what you're watching work on that. So really, it's those deals. I would stay away from
Just it's hard. It's hard to go down that rabbit hole, and
Get
you're
lost.
like you're there just trying to like. It was like, okay, what's the proper way of kind of like doing a rear naked choke, and all of a sudden you're like 20 things in, and like you're learning like the electric chair thing from Eddie Bravo up on there. Sorry, Victor. I know.
It's like my favorite video. It's the only video I'm allowed to watch right now. Not allowed to watch any more videos.
I went down that rabbit hole just the other day. I think I was trying to like watch something about leg locks, and I was just thinking like how nasty those things are. Like for now on, I think I'm just gonna wear like, my grappling trunks and then just like camo spats underneath so they can't see my legs whatsoever. So they can't like do anything they want because I'm just
Can't leg lock what you can't see.
exactly. That's what I'm scared about. I've had one leg lock, and it was probably the worst experience. I'd rather 1,000 times be choked out than ever have that thing happen to me again.
I actually had a question for you on the competition side of things. Are you one of those guys who like warms up, gets amped up, and then as soon as you go out there, it's in your face going after them? Or are you a slow, methodical kind of, I'm going to break you down, I'm going to find my entry for the takedown, I'm going to let you come in, overcommit, things like that? Are you like figure them out first? You just go ahead at?
Like I said, my whole thing is, just real slow, methodical, and I try not to overthink things. If I'm going in real hot and heavy, most of the time that's where the errors are going to happen because that's just not really how I move. Me and some of my friends, they're always making fun of me because I'm always talking about sloth jitsu, and it's like
That is the perfect
I try to move slow, and because rolling with people like you and Danny, really quick, and I can't scramble that fast, so nor do I want to because I'm going to focus on your hips and pin your hips to the mat, and then slow everything down to where it's my speed. I'm going to make you play my game, so I don't really worry about the speed of the other person. I have confidence in my ability to slow everything down.
That's awesome. I think that needs to be your moniker. I think we need to hashtag this video, hashtag sloth jitsu. See how we operate on the same wavelength?
My goodness, sloth jitsu. That's like, there's a t-shirt in that
It's
somewhere.
genius. I like that, man. Do you have any like pre-fight ritual? Do you do anything before each one? I know for me recently it's been a lot of breathing, a lot of like stuff like that, just getting into the zone. It's an all-day thing for me whenever I'm getting to compete.
No, I like to get to the competition early, and I really like to sit around and just get the vibes of the place, kind of feel like all the other competitors warming up, and just kind of feel that energy rise and then drop as the day progresses. So that's kind of one of the things that I like is just feeling the vibes.
I like that.
It's a really exciting thing. So it's going to be in OKC on the 3rd at the Cox Convention.
It's a second.
The 2nd,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry. My days are all mixed up. I got a wedding. I wish I can go, but that's the first thing that's on my mind is like heading to this wedding over in Texas. But the day before, I was like, I really want to be there for everybody because y'all are my team. Like, to be honest, like
Yeah.
I really appreciate everything. I think everybody's taught me like a little something to kind of help me get to where I'm at, and I'm actually doing stuff that like it's actually clicking in my mind. There was a guy named Mason here. I was having a hard time trying to get over to the side of people or like any sort of movement like around, and he was just like, just push on the hips or push on the knees and just go around them. It's like, it can't be that simple. There's no way that simple. And then I did it. It wasn't simple.
It just blows your mind how like these little things, these little fine details.
AJ was like telling me something about like the cable grip, like with the cable grip like this, you have it like that, and if you were to squeeze, there's a lot of tension like right there. But he learned that if you do it like this, there's no tension. If you were to hook it like that, there's no really tension in your wrists or like anything like that. And he learned that when he was down in Houston. I was just like, that is some genius stuff. I was looking at that, I was like, it kind of looks like one of those like when you go golfing or anything like that, you gotta put your thumb in your pinky. That is for jiu-jitsu, so it's awesome.
It's not golf, it's jiu-jitsu.
It's that golf jitsu. Right?
Okay, so here's another question for you. What's your favorite submission?
Favorite submission?
Like, when you pull something off, when you envision finishing somebody, what is the move you envision finishing somebody with?
Please don't say luck. Please don't say luck, Fox.
No, I think most of the guys that I train with on a regular basis have all been triangled, so that'd probably be
The long legs.
the go-to.
Yeah, that's pretty slick.
Triangle setup is tricky. I've seen you do it. I don't understand it whatsoever. All I remember is I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna stack up. Nope, just dead in the water right there. I fell into traps. Especially when I rolled with you a couple of nights ago, I was just thinking I'm just as big as you. So I was thinking well, I'm bigger, obviously, but by a good little bit, but a lot of it. Anyway, but you're really strong. You know how to keep heavy and everything. And, it's just, it amazes me that, that people can just work that way with it. And you are right that you had kind of like a slow style and that tripped me up. I'm used to going with the other people that's in here, a little quicker, they bounce around. I know Danny really bounces around whenever he gets ramped up and everything, but yours was more like a trip up. I remember I was just like, okay, what we're doing, kind of and then you start going for stuff that I didn't even think about seeing. I'm just like, where am I? Did I blank out or did I get a concussion came back or anything like that? Don't get concussion, kids. Please don't. Do jiu-jitsu. You won't get
Don't get punched in the face.
Don't
You
get
forget
punched.
things all the time.
Yeah, you forget things all the time. It's the worst thing.
I had another question for you. Because, I've known you for what, almost a year now that I've been training you. A little bit more than a year that I've been training you. I don't know what you do. What's your
Same.
job?
Same here. I don't know anything about you. The only thing I had, to prep for this was that he was he's tall.
Something that's tall,
Dot,
bearded, sloth.
a sloth. I didn't know what to really gather from it, but yeah. What do you do?
Well, I work at the local cemetery and I dig graves. So.
What?
He's a grim reaper.
What?
No,
It's for the guys that he faces in competition, so that way they don't have to go and do it themselves.
The limb reaper.
He just throws arms and necks in there,
Just like
legs.
ripping arms off like in the Wolfman that we saw. Just think like that, just tossing it.
No, I repair electronics at Subside Electronics over in Perry.
Oh goodness!
She can fix my iPod.
No.
Don't fix that.
It's a dinosaur.
I have a Zoom.
So do I.
I wasn't expecting anyone to know.
From I think I bought mine in 05 or 07.
I remember my cousin
Still
had one.
use
I
it.
thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, dude, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And then I started an iPod.
Yeah, and then the iPod happened, and then you're just like, yeah. Yeah, so my Zoom. I think that's broken. Yeah, that's definitely broken. Oh goodness.
Your Zoom's fitting for you.
Right now,
Because you're a hipster.
because I'm not a hipster. Why? Goodness.
Says the guy in the flannel beanie.
Okay, if I was to trade this out for a camo hat, then people would be calling me redneck. And then if I also had a dip in my mouth, it'd be even more of a stereotype.
Redneck Jitsu.
Redneck, yeah, redneck jitsu.
The redneck hipster. Charlie the redneck hipster.
Yeah, it sounds like a Christmas thing. Charlie the redneck hipster.
No, dude, that could totally be your show. And then you could have the adventures of Charlie the redneck hipster and Slothman.
Sloth man.
I want to
Hey,
get him
guys.
like a bottle of
It's sloth.
I want to get him like a bottle of like that eucalyptus smelling stuff
Mm.
and just douse him in that before he goes and competes.
Oh,
So that way they're like, he smells like a sloth.
dude, that stuff burns. That could be like a double-edged sword.
Hidden weapon. I don't
About
think
that.
that would pass.
No, goodness, that would not pass. Talk about me being a hipster and everything. Didn't you walk into Sprouts with gi pants on?
And I'm a white belt, so that's even
Yes.
better. How about acai and alpha brain?
Oh goodness. So, what else do you do? I know you work, you do jujitsu, you're heavily into jujitsu, but do you do anything else? Like, do you go fishing? Do you like video games, or do you read, or like, is there any other hobbies?
One of my other hobbies is, it's seasonal, but snow skiing.
Snow skiing.
So I've been doing that since I was about 4 or 5. So
Goodness.
it's
I've never seen enough snow to like go skiing. The only time I saw it, like, it was for a duck hunting trip, and it was up to my waist, and it was not fun whatsoever. Well, there was no skis, obviously, and we were just in like a plateau of a mountain. And the scary thing is that if you didn't know, when you kill a duck in like high altitude when it's cold, that thing still jerks for like an hour later. So I'm over here, I have the ducks over on the side, and I'm just kind of waiting, and all of a sudden both of them start flapping at the same time, like an hour later. Scariest thing in the world.
I feel like that would freak me out and I'd start crying.
Well, believe me, grabbing both necks and just going like, stop it, stop it.
Also way too tropical for the snow.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just blend in. Like, legitimately, if I put my gi on and just like stand out in the snowstorm, I'm just like
It's like the Slender Man of
Prac-
snowstorms.
practically
perfect
invisible.
camo.
God, where do you go skiing at?
Up in Colorado. My grandparents live up there.
That explains the sloth thing now.
Oh yeah, right.
Because he's from Colorado.
Most of the Colorado people that I met are pretty like, they're chill.
Yeah.
They go at their own pace, really.
Very laid back, bro.
Well, I mean, I was born and raised in Oklahoma. It's just my grandparents live in Colorado. But
Well, I mean, that's an Oklahoma thing too. Like, a lot of people, like, I've had people that I've worked with that are from New York, and they're like, people here are slow. They do not like, I wouldn't even say they don't go fast. I was like, why do we need to go fast? We don't need to. Why do we? I was like, to get it done. I was like, well, we get it done at about the same time. I was like, where's the urgency with that? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
There's the other hashtag for this podcast.
Love it.
Slow and steady.
Slow.
Hashtag slow and steady. Hashtag sloth jitsu.
We just need to write all these down real quick before we finish this.
Anti-hurrying weight.
And tag what?
Oh, goodness. Whew. All right, so let's kind of wind this down. Do you have any sponsors that you want to thank, or anything that you just want to promote out there to the world to let everybody know about it? Like, you'd say anything you want, really. You just come down to Jiu-Jitsu Academy of Stillwater, or if there's a foundation that you really like working
I'm
with.
still in my.
Well,
still
no,
in my
I'm
lines.
just saying,
Still in
like
my
these are
lines.
options. You say it in your own words, though, because
Why are you brainwashing him? You're making him say these
Man,
things.
dictating
You,
my,
you
my
do you, man.
thoughts.
You do you.
I will.
I don't want to socially construct you, anything like that. You do you. You do that. I'm just. I wouldn't even say I'm the host. I'm more of a guy that's just letting you talk, ish.
I mean, I like to thank, Edgar and the Jiu-Jitsu Academy of Stillwater. So I've been coming here for, I think I've been coming here for 5 years, because
5 years.
5 years sounds good.
yeah,
Oh,
I think so.
Ooh.
Checking with the coach on
Say-
resistance.
it was-
Coach, I need help.
Yeah,
Tell me what to do.
I'm not real sure.
Found that one in.
It's pretty much been my second home. Edgar's a good friend of mine, and so it's just always a lot of good fun to get on the mats and have a good time.
All right. Well, thank you for talking, and I'm excited to hear back from your match and everything. And it's watch out for this guy. I expect a lot more from him and everything. Just amazing results. And also check out Victor. He's got stuff coming up in the future. Maybe ish. Hopefully. And me. Yeah, we'll go to the next podcast. We'll find that out.
The journey of the white belt.
Chokelahoma.
All right. And